What do you guys think is more gay? Getting your ass eaten by a man or eating another man's ass? I think the perspective on that, there's a lot of misogynistic rhetoric that is going on that is preventing people from seeing the truth. I think that eating ass is a lot more masculine because you're giving it your all, you're providing for your partner. That is what a real man should do, is provide for their partner even if the situation is uncomfortable for them. And that is how real character in a man is also measured. That is how people can show they're not only talking about being manly, being masculine, having it all under control, but also proving it to the whole of society. Yes, I eat a man's ass, and yes, I'm proud of it, and yes, I'm a real man for that. Now let's get to the topic of the video. You've probably seen this title, so you know what this is all about. And I'm gonna just get 2 examples of people ruining their own legacy. The first one is H3H3, that's a tongue twister, I gotta say. And the second one is iDubbbz. You're probably familiar with both situations, with both their downfall. But let me just give you a small overview. Both YouTubers were legends back in the day, and I'm talking about the era 2016, 2017 on YouTube, which I think was peak YouTube era, but whatever. And both of them were making a lot of comedy videos, something surreal oftentimes, with different comedic elements in between skits, and also parodying different people, satire, and a lot of critique, even real logical, useful critique, not only just jokes. And both of them were really hailed as some of the biggest legends in the YouTube sky. And both of them kind of decided in the past few years to shift from their edgy content, which of course makes sense if you look at the YouTube algorithm and what this has been promoting. Mostly cat videos nowadays. We've kind of reverted back to that. But not only that, they kind of had difficulties finding the real niche videos that they could now make, with all of the edginess being gone from the platform. What I've decided to make is just what I consider to be really bad, unfunny shit content with no merit to it. It's so uninteresting that I've stopped watching both of them. The immediate they turn into those content machines pumping out another lifeless, soulless video after the other. The biggest problem, however, is that you can't even really enjoy their old content, because now they're shitting on their own content themselves. If you look at the statements that they've made in the past few years, not only have they changed radically, doing mostly political stuff, which is so fucking weird, considering that both of them were liberal, and both of them kind of show that in different areas, different videos. And so most of the viewers probably had an idea what their political leanings were, but now they're going full into that direction, even I would say past that, into a total progressive area. But there are two different kinds of progressive: the ones that can take a joke and the ones that can't. Same with right-leaning people, and they just can't take any jokes anymore. If you look at the videos that they've been making and the things that they've been complaining about, I don't care what political aisle you're on. I really don't. I'm not even sure about myself where I would put myself in there, and I will definitely not disclose any of that on the internet, probably because politics is where comedy goes to die. It's always been my stance. If you are explicitly putting in political messaging in your videos, then comedy is dead for you. Comedy is dead for your videos, because both can't really coexist. If you're willing to insult both sides of the political island, that may be just the only exceptions where you can make comedy and politics work. But for most of the times, it's really not working at all, and they demonstrated it in lengths. You see one of those videos and okay, they're talking about political issues or voicing their political opinions, and there's nothing funny about that. There are no jokes from the comedians, and you can't really expect any good political takes from people who have no fucking idea and who got their platform from doing funny comedy videos where they would put egg yolk on their dick or whatever, I don't know. Not only that, they're also disavowing their own content, saying, I've hurt so many people, I did so much wrong, I had such a negative impact on society as a whole. First of all, shut the fuck up, okay? You're not a South American dictator. Your influence is not that great, and what you've done is not that bad. You've told jokes. You made people laugh. What bad is it to really come out of jokes, to be completely honest? Like the whole, you're gonna get pulled into one direction, you're gonna become an extremist from jokes. I think that's fucking stupid. I've never believed that, and I don't think that it is working at all. Like, if you look at the people doing offensive or edgy jokes in the 2000s or 90s, like, do you really think that the people were much worse off back then? No, of course not. I think this is just hilarious that people would make like such distinctions. Do you know where people are really worse off? Where people really have a problem? In countries where they police the jokes with literal police. They get fucking pepper sprayed for making a knock-knock joke containing the leader of the country. So no, you don't have that influence, and you're not doing anything innately wrong. You're not turning society over and fucking it raw dog. You're not making the worst place. You're just making jokes, and that's okay. And it's also okay to say, yo, I don't know why I said yo. I'm not relating to kids today. I'm shutting the fuck up. But it's okay to say, hey, these kind of jokes don't represent my humor nowadays. These kinds of jokes don't represent what I now find funny. But that doesn't mean that you have to shit on what you found funny previously. Especially considering that you haven't matured really. These people say, I haven't matured. They were 28 years old, maybe in Ethan Klein's case, above 30 years old, telling these jokes, and now they have matured? In 4 years? At the same time as the YouTube guidelines are getting more strict? Really? That's what you're telling me. That's insane. That's an insane cope and insane grifting. I believe that if the YouTube guidelines weren't that strict, or wouldn't have become that strict, that those people would make the same content that they did before. And you're not telling me otherwise, because I know that these motherfuckers haven't matured in a time span of 4 years. Then, like, even if they were teenagers, I would say like 4 years, okay, is a little bit much to say I've matured. But they're not teenagers; they're 28 to above 30, and saying, "Oh no, I'm not 31 anymore. I'm 35, or I'm not 28. I'm now 32. I've matured." That is silly. That is silly. If you believe that, you have never met another human being, and you're probably in your own basement playing Genshin Impact and watching videos of men below 5 feet being impregnated. Don't ask me how that is possible. Just a little underground tip I got for you. I don't really want to talk about the whole cuck situation or whatever those people are talking about, because that's almost equal as cringe as being an IDubbbz or H3H3 Ethan fan nowadays, talking about the cuck situation. It's just people are so obsessed with other people's sex life. It's so incredibly uncomfortable, especially like the Andrew Tate kind of crowd. We're going to talk about them in a future video, I'm so certain. Okay, I would say that's it. Just don't ruin your own legacy, man. Just stop. You can still change, and I mean that for both of you. Maybe not Ethan, because he seems like he's at the brink of death, but Ian has a good chance of surviving the next 5 years. Okay, so, bye.